Pop quiz, hotshot. What do you get when you cross the House of the Dead with Dynamite Deka? That's right, you get Zombie Revenge. Zombie Revenge, like House of the Dead 2, was developed using Sega's Naomi arcade board and was later ported to Dreamcast. While I have vivid memories of the first two installments, this side story totally passed me by up until I bought this sleek white box in 1999.
What's with this gate? So, this is the gatekeeper.
As stated, Zombie Revenge is a side story taking place in the very same universe as the House of the Dead. Sadly, Rogan and G are woefully absent. Instead, we're introduced to this motley crew: Stick, Linda, and Rakia. Both Stick and Linda are somewhat generic and lack personality, while Rakia is essentially the silent Bob of the group. He doesn't say much, but whenever he does, it seems to matter. Stick is a well-balanced fighter, Linda's fast and weak, oh how typical, and Rakia may as well be a brick shithouse of doom. In the narrative, these characters are rarely separated, and even when they are, your chosen character takes the same route each time. Unfortunately, that means there's very little reason to play the game with every character. It's not like the Resident Evil series where such a thing is encouraged. I do see this as a negative, but I wouldn't classify it as a serious flaw. A mysterious madman known only as Zed unleashes a top-secret government project that uses our dead as soldiers on an unsuspecting city. In response, AMS sends 3 of their best agents in to quell the zombie horde and bring Zed to justice. Obviously, the story is anorexic. There's some quote-unquote twists that are so obvious and horrendously cliche I can't help but wonder why the satellite of love hasn't chimed in yet. It's chock full of cheesy voice acting that somehow makes the first House of the Dead sound like Metal Gear Solid by comparison.
He said all those creatures were made by humans.
That's right. Government Top Secret Plan, UDS. Using the dead for weapons? A stupid plan. My parents were part of this. But a scientist killed them and used them for his experiments. His name? Gil Brightling, your father.
Really, this is exactly what I've come to expect from the series, and it does set the tone for a fun zombie romp. The gameplay is basically Dynamite Deka. The player can attack the Walking Dead using their fists, utilizing various combos that are easily mashed into compliance. You can pick up weapons here and there, ranging from firearms to flamethrowers or even power drills. As with any game in the genre, a weapon's only good for so long, though you can pick up ammo for any one of the many sidearms you'll encounter. You'll go from stage to stage, mowing through anything with an appetite for fresh meat, all while avoiding stage hazards and obstacles. One of my favorite stages is the train. You gotta dodge traffic signals and bring the train to a halt while fending off the undead. On top of that, it's a visual stunner. Stages range from city streets and sewers to moving trains and military facilities. There's even a stage where you can play through the first House of the Dead. It even uses the original stage music. That's fucking rad. Your enemies are plentiful to say the least. You have slow zombies, fast zombies, flaming zombies, spitting zombies, gun-toting zombies, axe-wielding zombies, and the list goes on. Once again, as if to shit in my metaphorical cereal, we have these annoying monkey-like creatures returning from the original. They're hard to hit and they make these high-pitched squealing sounds that induce migraines. I'm not joking when I tell you that I'd much rather deal with any number of the bosses than even one of these little bastards. Speaking of bosses, they're well designed and certainly intimidating, but easy to beat. Even on the normal setting, these guys are chumps. Trying to survive the stage is more of a challenge than taking on 3 of these bosses at once. There weren't any controller throwing fits of frustration, even remotely similar to what I experienced with the original. They do rectify that to a certain extent with the final boss, I must say. This son of a bitch is exactly that, a son of a bitch. The graphics are on par with the arcade, as it should be. The Dreamcast is essentially a stripped-down Naomi arcade board, making ports damn near flawless. Visuals are smooth and generally free of lag, with plenty of colors on display. Even though Zombie Revenge is well over a decade old, this is still a fine-looking piece of ass. The soundtrack ditches the techno rock of previous entries in favor of a synthesized orchestra, and I gotta say, it's a definite improvement. It sounds like an epic zombie B-movie that does a terrific job in setting the tone. Controls are responsive, but the analog feels a little wonky. I had similar issues with Dynamite Deka though, so it's nothing I couldn't adjust to. I'm pretty sure it would feel more fluid with a proper joystick. There are some bonuses to be had, but nothing wholly special. You have the usual refinements such as boss battle and modes that focus on either hand-to-hand combat or gunplay. In addition, there's a battle mode where you can fight one-on-one. It's fun for 5 to 10 minutes, though it's certainly no Virtua Fighter. You only have a few characters to choose from, and the controls don't feel suited to this sort of gameplay. You can train a zombie character using the VMU, but it's not worth the effort in my opinion. Mind you, this is the Japanese version, where you have to unlock features like free play and blood. In the American version, free play is available from the start here. Blood is supposed to be unlocked once you've beaten the arcade mode in the American version, though it's absent here. I've beaten both arcade and original, on normal I might add, and nothing. What the fuck am I doing wrong here? Zombie Revenge is a fun beat-em-up with some slick visuals, great music, and sick gameplay. It may not be flawless, but that didn't stop me from playing it many times over. It's a fantastic port of a solid arcade run-and-gun zombie fest that no Dreamcast owner should be without. So, until next time, Fright fans, happy Halloween.